Why, hello everyone. It's GleeCon, back. Happy, stoked, excited to see you, or to be here with you. This is a little show called Lore of Warcraft, and we try to do everything. We try to find every nook and cranny. There's so much. We've been going for almost 3 years, and we haven't barely scratched the surface, and there's a lot of episodes. So, one of our main projects right now is a full World of Warcraft Classic walkthrough. We're in the middle of Desolace, running that area as a Horde character. Last time we did the caravan quests, and we did pretty much all of the quests that take us out into the ocean. So stay a while and listen as we continue our journey. We have some more Centaur questing to do. We can also begin fighting the Burning Blade evil. They still want demons to, I guess, come to Azeroth. It seems kind of dumb, but that's what they're all about. All right, I don't know what I want to do here. I guess we'll go down and get this crudely dried meat. Okay. So this is one of the main reasons why I like to do the Gelkis line before the Mag'har when we're doing both, because around this time, if you're doing the Mag'har Alliance, which we are going to eventually do, instead you have to break into these caves over here, and it's almost, unless you're a stealth class, pretty much impossible to do that without killing multiple more Centaur. And every single Centaur you kill means 5 you have to kill on the other end. Now we did get, we did lose rep with the, see, anytime you hover over a different part of the UI, it will bring up this Lua error. So particularly, my rep LVUI is not interacting nicely with, yeah, see, so we'll have to actually look up rep manually like a peasant. Yeah, so we lost 500. We're at war with this group, but we're hostile. So we are friendly with the Gelkis, but we were right there on the borderline of hostile with the Magrum, and we dropped 500 more, which means just by completing that quest, which there was nothing you could do, you have to complete it. That means we have to kill 25 more Gelkis when we get to that point. Now, between which ones do I like to kill more? I actually prefer killing the Magrum a little bit more. The Gelkis, I don't know. It's a toss-up. Alright, so here's what you do. We want to get these sacks. We do not want to kill any of these Centaurs. So that's the goal, is to smash and grab and get these food sacks. Whenever there are no Centaur nearby, you only need 6. So I would rather run, because remember, for every one we kill, that's 5 more we have to kill on the back end. So whatever time you save by grabbing the bag in front of you, is it the same amount of time that you would spend killing 5 Centaur later on? Here's another one. So you kind of go along the fringes of the tents. You can typically find them without killing, especially at the level we're at. They're not quite gray, but they are, lower level than us. So definitely, it's definitely easy. You could also, if you have a stun, or like if you're a mage, polymorph, that kind of thing, you can totally stun these guys. Or if we had Hex, we don't have that spell, but if we did, you could totally Hex them, and then, like I want that one. But, because if you don't kill them, then that's just as good. It doesn't matter if you engage them or aggro them, you just can't kill them. There's another sack right there, but it's well guarded. There's one. Yeah, so just patience and going along the perimeter. It's even worth it to wait for a respawn, honestly, on some of these. I see another one from this fringe of that tent as well. I see another one right there, so we'll already be at 5. So this is what I recommend. Otherwise, even if you were to kill 1 Centaur per, That's 30 more centaur you're going to have to kill, and we're already going to be killing a bunch. So, well, that's a whole episode we're going to have to do when we get to the end of this zone, which will probably be this weekend, I would imagine. And then I'm not sure how I want to do my questing. All right, there's our final sack over there. Then we can go turn this one in. Someone's been killing in the area, too. That helps us out a little bit. Alright, so we're going to go back over now and turn in this. I guess we can go this way. I don't want to fight. So the difference is, like, the Magrum will use these packs. Actually, look, those hyena are higher level than the actual pack runners. So as long as they don't stun me, daze me. Yeah, that's weird. The leader of the pack was significantly weaker than his actual hyenas. Interesting. Alright, so we did a smash and grab and we escaped. Now it's going to go back to turn that in, and they're going to give us another step. I'm not gonna. If it's a traveling one, we're gonna pause and resume questing until we get to at least level 40, because when we have to travel to go learn our skills anyway. When we do our traveling, we're also. I think it is. I think it's the Gelkis that requires a travel to the Swamp of Sorrows. I'm pretty sure that's when. So that would probably be the next quest that we're gonna get. Then they have you kill. They will typically have you kill a leader of the other faction. But you can kind of, same deal, you can smash and grab and just kill the leader, even though he'll usually have some guards. I think the leader's just in one of the tents here. And then the final quest of the chain will be sending us in to kill Centaur and the leader inside this area. And it's challenging. I was able to solo it on both accounts. I was able to solo it as a mage and a feral druid. It's tricky, and it is better done with aid. We're not going to do it today because there's just other things that we can do, and I'd rather save that one for as long as possible, because it's the hardest quest in the zone, killing. Because what it is, it's you have to kill 3 waves. You basically have to grind out the Maraudon Centaur until they drop a horn mouthpiece. Then you blow the horn at the top of a spire. And then you'll have 3 waves of Centaur's mob packs coming at you. Each pack has 3 to 4 mobs in it. When you kill each pack, the next pack then spawns. So the trick is to kind of slow play it, charge up, kill it, and then when the final, whether it's the second or third wave, I mean whether it's the third or fourth, I can't quite remember, but when the final wave spawns, it will come with an elite boss. So the trick is to sort of kind of peel off and pull the adds, even if it requires some death runs, then go after the boss. Because if you can get the boss solo, he's not terrible. I think with our totems, and by the time we've leveled up, it'll all be okay. Now, if we're having trouble with it, we can always do some of our dungeons first, and probably will. We'll mix some of that in.
Return after you further prove your worth to the Gelkis. Good. I can hear the loud Magrum bellies grumble from their village far away. I will give this meat to the Gelkis, and we will fight for many days without rest. What you did is good for the Gelkis, Gleek soul.
So we don't use any of that stuff.
Ongeku, you have more to prove, and your next task will take you far. So for now, the Gelkis will fight the Magrum without you. The earth whispers many secrets to those who listen. One secret I hear is of a red crystal. It is called Dranethist, and it is new to our earth. It comes from a place where mountains fly and where demons rule. Bring me a shard of Dranethist, and it will make my magic strong. The shard is in a place called the Swamp of Sorrows, held by the Lost One, Ongeku.
So this is one of the many quests that they sprinkle in, hinting at the fact that The Burning Crusade is coming up on us there. All right, so we just finished stealing supplies. Can't check it off because we will have to do this again on another account. Oops. But that gave us Ongeku. That's the one that will travel us to the Broken Ones in the Swamp of Sorrows. But that is for probably the next episode. So now let's go make our run. We need to go around. I think it's time for us to go after these things. So let's make our first, hopefully only assault on Thunderak's fortress. It's possible there may be more than one. And everything that we really have to do right now is needing that. Oh, we can't forget Stranglethorn when we go out there. So the Scepter of Light is found in a tower in front of the fortress. The Hand of Iruxos is found deep inside the fortress, where we'll get the demon box. And as we're killing our way in, we can fill our infused burning gem up. So we can get 3 things. We will also be getting a drop quest called the Corruptor, most likely as we kill, which starts a demon killing chain. 4 or 5 quests in the area. So I started a sentence on the last episode and I didn't finish it where I said I thought we'd have 2 episodes. What I meant by that was, I think it will take us about 2 episodes to clear the main quest lines in this. It's going to take us an entire other episode just to grind Magram rep. And then it will most likely take us another episode on top of that to finish out the Magram questline, just because of what it entails, most notably the final part. It's not going to take a long time to do the killing and all the little things. And the Magram, this is a while back, if you may or may not remember, I might have mentioned this, but I have on my other account, when I did this questline, you need an advanced target dummy or something like that, an engineering thing. They usually sell for a little more than a gold on the auction house, at least at the time when I did it last time. The last time I went, they only had 2 packs for sale, so I bought an extra. Bought the 2-pack, knowing I would eventually be able to send it to her. So I will be sending that. I'll send it over today, so it should be waiting in her mailbox for us. So that'll be a free quest. Alright, so here there are these towers. I don't think it's this one. It might be, but it might be that tower. They have a little underground cave too, but I don't really think we need that. Actually, I think it's that tower now that I'm looking. So... Alright, so here we are. We can start our swath of killing now. So it says, captures the spirit of the nearest burning blade. If it dies while being drained, I gain a burning gem. So it's kind of like soul, whatever. I guess that does damage to it. Okay. Barely got that one. Okay, so we got one of our 15. Okay, so now again... Oh, these guys are gray, too. So we just kind of have to wait. It's like cleaving me. Oh, no! Okay, we killed him. We were too good that time. Try it again. Maybe I mean, we'll have more than enough to kill. Yeah, let's try it again. Uh-oh, someone's gonna come up on my 6. No, they didn't. Okay. Got him. Here we go, we are inside this. Ooh, barely, I feel like I barely got that off. 3 gems. Alright, so now we're going to go to the top of this tower. I don't know what this little guy is doing. Okay, so he has the up. He can drop the corruptor thing. We got it. Okay, flayed demon skin. The torn skin smells rotten and is remarkably pliable for something that appears to be dry and fragile. As you unroll it, you can clearly see the red markings of some kind of language on one side. At the bottom of the skin is a very clear symbol that you guess is a signature of some kind. Perhaps it is something Morin could tell you more about. Alright, so now let's go into the quest, because we've now picked up the Corruptor drop. No worries. We also now need to stretch out our run here. Okay, so obviously the hard part was getting it. That wasn't even hard. Like, we're just gonna now walk and turn that in. So I feel like I hear someone summoning something, right? That's sort of what's going on. We're trying to go stop this summoning. Okay. Something about that scroll triggered the Lua error. Alright, so the key here is to try to peel these guys off on either side, because there is a person within. So this is for the quest, Scepter of Light. One of them has some Scepter of Light that we need here. Again, not worried about the killing of the 15, because we have to kill so many. The real challenge is going to be breaking in to the center. Retrieve the error message when you exit. See, another one popped up, or that was last time. Alright, so within is this guy. There's actually 2 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and drop healing totem this time, and a strength. So I did not worry about I didn't worry about draining that one because I felt like it was going to be too tricky. It did hit me. So that guy had the Scepter of Light. Ow. Alright, cool. So we are already up to 8. We have the Scepter of Light. All that's left are... We have to get the other 7 within this cave. Or whatever, not cave. Whoa. In this fortress is where we'll find the red crystal. Now the problem with this fortress is the mobs respawn fast. So that's my only concern. And we're also fighting 2 right now. I don't love that. I also don't like when you fight as a healer fighting a rogue. Not the best. So I think after this I'm going to actually eat some of my delicious clams. I just love so much. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and eat some clams here. And we're doing great in terms of the gems. We have 11 out of 15. Oof. I had some emotional, an emotional evening and sleep last night. I felt this sometimes, you know. They say that men cry so much, like significantly less to women than women. And I would say probably, that's probably accurate, right? I think so. I can't provide evidence to the contrary. Now, oh, he died. Now, my wife is not a super friar. But, I mean, I don't know. I would say neither am I. There's the thing that we need right there. Oh, you know what? There's also that person. Oh, that's for Alliance. I was going to say, dang it. Did I forget a quest? Okay, but look at all the guys around here. So, we have to... Getting low on magic here. And... only thing in our favor is that these guys are low level. That's the main thing in our favor. Look, we resisted like everything he did. Need one more gem. I might be able to go for this right now. Yeah. Oh, and this is giving me a demon spirit? Great. I didn't remember that we were going to be fighting a demon spirit. I forgot about that. I thought we just had to chip off the rock there. Chip off the old rock. And he's actually moderately strong. Probably why this quest is such a high level. Alright, so we got the demon box now. We need one more gem on the way out. Probably a Pat will give it to us. If not, we'll just grab some as we go. Just get a grab and go soul infused gem. So anyway, I think that there must be a biological, maybe even a psychological benefit or reason why we cry, whether it's actual physical tears or whether it's this this kind of sobbing, like just a physical. I think the physical tear elements of it is probably part of it. Oh, I forgot to gem that last one. Okay. So there we go. So we need to go here. I'm gonna go turn in the Scepter of Light first, and then we'll work our way back there second. Anyway, I do think that there are times when I can feel like there is an internal tension in my mind, in my spirit, in my psychology that kind of builds up to a release. And for me, it's been going on for I don't know, 6 months more, where I'm just internalize the trials and tribulations that we all experience in life, disappointments, pain, and I try to philosophize them away and rationalize them, and I think that's overall healthy, but I think the untold price, the unnoticed price for that is this: by not succumbing and giving in to the pain and allowing yourself to viscerally, at least for me, to viscerally feel it, at least for some time, it starts to be, my bucket overfloweth, and I start to contain this inside me, and eventually the cracks will start to show, and I'll find myself becoming irrationally emotional over things that might not matter, a song, a movie, a book. And I'm like, man, I should not be reacting like this. Do you have the Scepter of Light?
The elusive Scepter of Light. Your acquisition of it has removed a grave threat to the world. Well done, adventurer, well done. Adventurer, I entrust you with the Gem of the Serpent. Place this gem on the serpent statue's hand on Ranajar Isle, a small island northwest of here. Placing it will summon the one who protects the Book of the Ancients. This book contains the secrets of the Naga, secrets that have been kept for centuries. Bring this book to me, and we will learn much about our scaled foes.
So, here's an example of like, we could have waited until we got to, we could have done this first before we went out to the Naga Isle, because now we have to go back there. So technically, before I did my ocean questing, I should have done my Thunderax Fortress questing. So if you really want to streamline your experience, I mean, technically, it's really impossible not to do some backtrapping in this game. Because, for instance, I just did that Swamp of Sorrows quest last night, and part of it sends you here to go kill those sea giants. I'm going to go ahead and... No, dang it, I did the wrong one. I want to do water walking. Oh, you can't do both. Okay, I was going to say, hey, can I water walk in Ghost Wolf form? That would have been cool. The answer is no. So, it's okay. We had a pretty... We're getting close to our 20 stack anyway, so I don't mind burning some. So, the point of all this is I've noticed those cracks, and last night... So, I mentioned on the last episode that I was having a conversation with my son about his potentially not wanting to be, you know, doing band anymore, and you know, me just telling him he should make sure he asks himself what is the reasons, what's the root of the problem, is there a root that is fixable within band itself, because, you know, you've been honing a skill for years now, so you should be sure that if you quit that, you're quitting it for the right reasons, whatever that means to you. So he has been really, he doesn't want to quit music entirely. He's been really into his guitar. Honestly, you know, a far cooler and fun instrument to listen to as a dad. Now that he's gotten good enough, he's been doing guitar for a little more than a year, and like the other day he starts playing the intro kind of bars to a song that my wife and I both really like, and I can hear the music sometimes blaring through his headsets. Like, you have these influences over your kids. They're not going to tell you, Dad, Mom, I like your music, it's cool. But when you hear them listening to it sometimes on their own, learning the guitar for it, it was pretty good. Plus, I like that song. So these are songs I might actually listen to on my own. And to hear him playing it, and to see him progress from the 11-year-old who picked up a bassoon to now a just about 14-year-old with long hair, and you know, it's just one of those experiences of parenthood. So anyway, that got me on a thought, like, where I try to expose him from time to time to, like, some of who I consider to be the best guitarists ever. Like, there are some particularly skilled... So we were listening to some Eric Clapton the other day. One of my favorite guitar solos of all time is... Oh, this is Lord Kragaru. I guess we're going to get the Book of the Ancients from this Naga. One of my favorite guitar solos of all time is in the Neil Young song Cortez the Killer. Their live version, like, it's like a long... 8-minute long plus song, maybe longer.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, we're full. What should we drop? Some of this stuff I want to keep and sell. I guess I'll drop this Hog Shake, even though it's sell for an okay amount. You can't read this Secret Book of the Ancients. So... Gonna go run back across the ocean again. Alright. So anyway, so I'm listening to to songs, and I found this video that I may have seen it before. But I'm a big fan of Prince, and I feel like he was also, not just as a guitarist, just as a musician, one of the all-time greats. Just stellar. Stellar guy. Love his career. Love his music. So I was listening to this. It was like a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they had... this was a couple years after the death of one of the inductees, one of the Beatles. And so they're playing My Guitar Slowly Weeps, and it's got like Tom Petty on vocals and guitar. I can't remember all the people that were there. Trying to remember who some of them were. But it was like a real who's who of just the guitar and rock greats. And Prince was in the lineup, and man, at the end he does this guitar solo, and it is just... even right now, just thinking about it gives me goosebumps. Not just how he plays and the way he plays, but the showmanship of how he plays is just next level. And but I'm sitting there listening to this as I was taking out the trash and getting ready for bed last night, and I just find myself like just weeping. Like tears, not like sobbing, but like just tears rolling out of my eyes, and I'm like, what the hell is it? Like, that's what I mean by the cracks. Like, not to say, you know, you can't experience that when you see like true awe-inspiring art. So I go to bed on that note, and that probably plays a role in it. And then there's a woman that I work with, Randy, I've worked with for years. Just a really great coworker, and she's a really cool person, just super sweet.
Light be with you.
Ah, weakened soul, it's good to see you again. Do you have the Book of the Ancients?
The long-lost Book of the Ancients. I will ensure this book is passed on to the High Council. You've done well today, and for that you are to be thanked, as a hero should be thanked.
I just realized I'm wearing...
Bless you.
How am I wearing... Oh, man. I thought I was playing on my mage. So, like, this is that... Like, these cuffs are better stat-wise, but I would lose the armor. So, like, all across the board, the stats are way better. But I'm going to lose 20 armor. Which is... So this is going to give me 18.5 damage reduction versus... So I'm going to lose 0.3% damage reduction just off of that. Whereas I'm going to gain 40... How much life? So straight up 2,000 versus 2,100 is what it's saying. But in reality, it's... like, what, 40 points of life? So 400 would be 20, so 2%-ish. Yeah. So I guess that's probably okay. Plus, I would gain a smidge. Nah, I'm not going to do it. I should have picked it up. I don't know. It probably is better. I don't know why I just felt like I was on my mage. Okay, so we also need to go down here to the Hand of Iruxos now too. Turn that in. We could hit the ocean up. We still oh, I took some damage, so I lost my water walking. So anyway, I was so she has been in a battle with cancer pretty much since I've known her. When I first started working with her, probably close to a decade ago, she had recently, you know, been in a battle, and it went into remission. A few years later, she had some problems with it again. She missed some work. She had to go through the chemo. It went back in remission. In the past few years, she's been good. And then towards the maybe early this year, early 2024, things just took a really bad turn for the worse, and they've just been getting consistently, like, worse and worse. And they, it's really heartbreaking to watch her. We have some areas especially that we bond because we're both fans of the same football team, and we're both, like, you know, transplants, so we don't live in the state where a football team is a fan, and we're probably the only two people in the whole company that are fans. So we have, like, a, you know, like a kind of a camaraderie about that, where, especially during football season, where we talk to each other. Dang. And I was worried we were going to walk too close to one. I remember, wait for the bleed to wear off so it doesn't mess it up, and we'll use yet another water walking. So, you know, it's really sad to watch her just deteriorate before my eyes, because she still keeps plugging away and coming to work, and I'm sure there are many reasons why. I think there's a fighting reason why. I think there's, of course, the financial reasons why. There's the psychological reason why. There's a social element of it. And it's just... It's really got me quite a few times, because you can't... What can you do? You know? I just, whenever I interact with her, I just want to act like it doesn't exist, and I just want to keep having our same relationship we've had for the past decade or so. And I feel like that's the best way I can serve our relationship. But they put a notice out, basically, that she was in need of sick leave, and if anybody wanted to donate any of their banked sick leave up to her, that they could just go talk to accounting and HR or whatever, and they would transfer your days to her. And so that they do that from time to time, but if I don't have a face to a name, and also to me there's difference. We all have levels of tragedy, and I'm not poo-pooing on anything, but it's different when you are physically going through a terminal illness, or when, like, your parent is suffering from dementia and you're the primary caregiver. To me, I'm more inclined to donate to one over the other. Not that that might be crappy of me. Lee Kunsel, do you have the demon box?
Ah, the demon box. Give it to me, adventurer, and I shall open and thus reveal to you the hand of Iruxos. Behold, the hand of Iruxos. A gruesome sight indeed. You must possess it if the demon portals at Manarok Coven are to be banished, which is what I now ask you to do. The demon threat is increasing, and we must close these portals to stem the tide of demons to this world. Good luck, adventurer, and be wary of the portal guardians.
Now, when we hit 40, I think we're going to get mail, which is awesome. So I actually might pick up some of this mail. We need to start switching over to a full mail set, which is great. I didn't even think about that. We're going to have those leather shoulders, but we need to start going the way of total mail. I need to save this belt, too. That's pretty cool. So let's sell some of this stuff.
What you're looking for.
Also, you know, I think it's human nature, and I'm definitely not immune to this. But there's the whole element of just it being in your face, it being someone you know. If it's an anonymous person... Wait, what are we supposed to do? Oh, down here. So we have to banish the portals. We can do that along the way, too. We'll do that on our way back to turning in these. We also need to get these satyrs taken care of. So anyway, they sent that out late in the evening, so I'll do it when I go to work on Friday, assuming that we have it. If not, whatever. I'll do it. I'll do it the next possible time I'm at work. Which I don't normally do that. And I also, like, never take a day off work. So I have the maximum that you can bank. Like, I have, like, I don't know, like 60 days or something like that banked up. Whatever the total max is. But anyway, my whole point, how this all ties in to the whole cracks in the armor and everything that I was thinking about is, I woke up this morning and I was, in my dreams, I was thinking about the situation and and I was wondering, it seems silly, but in my head I'm like, what's an appropriate amount to give? How much is, I mean, obviously, you know, you could give them all, but I've also spent 10 years saving up those days, and I want to have them for my own self in case of emergency, but also I care for this woman, and I want to give her what I can. So there's a conundrum, you know, trying to figure out what's the sweet spot on that. Which sounds terrible, and like the Christian in me, the gospel follower in me, wants to say it should hurt when you give, like, or not hurt psychologically, but you should give to where you can feel it, or what are you doing? Alright, so we need to close these portals. That's what we're gonna do. And there's always room to grow. In terms of what can we do. Alright, so these guys are a little tough here. Level 38. But anyway, so I woke up. As I'm waking up, someone in my dream is answering this, is giving me an answer saying, this is what you should donate. And so, one, I'm going to definitely do that. I'm going to follow my dream mind, because while I don't believe, like, a spirit is out there talking to me or something, I do think my mind was working on the problem and has found a sweet spot of its own, which I will follow. But two, what happened to my... Did I not eat it until I was well-fed? Like, what happened with that? Why do I not have the well-fed buff? But two, like, tears were just rolling out of my eyeballs. I woke up to, like, me experiencing this emotional reaction to even the conversation with a different coworker. It was a real coworker in my head, in my dream. Bounce. I don't want to aggro that other guy. Yeah, let's try this again. I don't know why I don't have the well-fed buff now. Okay, so as you can see right now, what we're doing is we're using the Hand of Iruxos, which was a demon thing. We're basically trying to bring it to the demons here. I should probably talk some about this quest. So, because of it, we can now start closing these demon portals because we went and got that hand from... or the demon book or whatever. It was a hand. Well, wait, what did we get the demon box for? I don't even remember. Did we got the demon box and inside the box was the hand? We got the hand? I don't remember. I think... Oh, look, there's Rexar. You need him for a quest and he patrols all over, but he looks so much doper than, like, every other thing in the game. It's just cool.
Greetings, adventurer. I am Rexar, champion of the Horde, servant of Thrall, master to the beasts of the wilds.
So that's cool. I see a night elf priest like stalking him. He will wreck your life up. I don't know that you can really effectively solo him. If you want to fight. It's dope. Alright, so there's a lesser infernal. We can fight that guy too. We need this portal is was really yeah, fight to clear the way. Yeah, so I don't know. That was a really long-winded way for me to get my therapy out. I don't go see a therapist or anything like that, but you guys, this is my therapy. This is how I think, and it's probably why I have such a stunted psychological growth, because I rely on myself to look within, and that can be good, and I think it all starts there, but I also think it's probably not enough. Not to say that people need to, that you have to go get therapy or anything like that. But you should at least be able to have conversations just to get a different point of view. I did go, I've only a couple times in my life had little miniature stints with therapy. But I did do it once when I was in college for a couple months, and that was my biggest takeaway. Was up until that moment in my life, I considered myself this really introspective person. You know, I was really honest with myself, and I was always questioning my own actions and motives, and my internal life, and why did I think certain things, and why did I have certain beliefs, and why did I have certain habits, and why did I have self-destructive tendencies, and you know, all of these different things. And I portrayed myself in my conversations as though, well, you know, I wear myself on my sleeve, and I'm very open, and with my flaws and shortcomings. And there is a certain diarrhea of the mouth about me. Obviously, you watch the show, I talk for hours on end all the dang time, so you're aware of that. The axe that he has is super cool. So, but there's that other side too, where or what they told me was, no, like, you are fooling yourself. You are that's another smoke screen. All of that talking, all of that verbal diarrhea is just it's just a different way to hide and to not get to the root of your actual issues. And it was a really cool experience that I had, actually. I had a very young, fresh, in the middle of college psychologist. And it was a girl, or whatever she was. I don't know that she was officially a psychologist yet. And we started our conversations, and I was like, look, I don't want to have, like, I don't know, you're new to this. I was like one of maybe her first patient ever, and I was like, I don't know what the deal is, but I don't want to do like where I sit on TV. I don't want to sit here and talk and then you just listen. Like, I want to have a dialogue and a conversation. That's what I want. And so she was basically like, okay, like, cool. And I hope that she's still doing psychology, and I hope she's still a therapist, and I hope I helped her that day, because she helped me. Or those days, because it was more than one, like I said, it was a couple months. I feel bad because oh no. Dagnabbit. Ladies and gents. I gotta run. I'm not gonna survive this. Which stinks, because yeah, I had to. I want that Guardian, but if he goes back to his portal, I'm probably screwed. No, he's gonna sit there. Okay. That's fair. Let's see if I can pull him now separately without aggroing other dudes. Or girls. Alright, so we are doing good work. Let's get back to the World of Warcraft. I'm sorry, guys. I think that's another way the crack shows, you know? Sorry for showing my crack. I need, you know, it's popping out, so I don't know what I need, but there's obviously some lurking things there. So, we're doing the work of the Titans, I guess. We're doing good work here because we're going against the Burning Legion. This is really where it begins. We're precursoring the next expansion. We are shutting down portals, which are just screwing up the land here. So we're doing good things. This should be our last portal that we have to take down. Go back and turn that in. I just kind of wanted to finish up this hub. That's the reason why I decided to go for it. Okay, this is going to be... Like I said, this is going to be tough. Alright, so... We got all the portals taken care of. I kind of think... that might be the end of this little chain. So we had completed the Hand of Iruxos, and we picked up Portals of the Legion. And I don't think that's the final thing we're going to do down here with the demons, but... So we picked up Hand of Iruxos. Or no, we completed Hand of Iruxos. Yeah, see, look, that's how you can tell. These are two of the tougher quests. So turned in, picked up, turned in is what we're about to do. The Corruptor is a tricky one, and the cons, those are the real tough ones at the very end. Beating the Khan Haratha, that's the toughest in the zone. We are going to get to Stranglethorn when we level up. We're close. What do we need? About 20,000 XP. So not that close. We do need to do those Satyrs. We have a lot to turn in. We have the Corruptor for what the... And we have the Burning of the Spirits. So we'll get to open a chain there. We need to do Befouled by Satyrs. That'll open up Alliance Relations 4, so something else to consider. I think the Satyrs are what we need. We're going to go turn those in, and then I think it's time to go kill the Satyrs. Again, we have Get Me Out of Here we can do. Not that worried about it. But we're starting to kind of build up to where we need to travel, and I don't want to do that without leveling up to 40, because that's a prime time for us. Don't remember if I was 40 or 41 when I was doing this before. Hard to say. And it wasn't that long ago. That's how I know, like, this was within the past month. So we're really catching up to where I am. I should be able to put some good work in today. Where are we at on the record? Yeah, we're doing great. I'll try to make a little bit of a longer one today compared to yesterday. At least, I'm going to give us at least... I don't know. I don't want to put a time out there yet, but... We'll put some good things on tape. So, we're about 11 away from the goal over the next 4 days. If I can get 11 more subs, that would be birthday present to me. We'd hit our goal. And that would be awesome. I'd be so stoked. Right, let's turn in Portals of the Legion. I don't know that... I think this just ends this one. We just did good job for us.
Greetings.
Have you banished the demon portals at Manarok Coven?
You are to be commended, adventurer.
I'm gonna take
Your
this.
effort has helped greatly in fighting the demon threat, and all of Azeroth is safer because of it.
Because we are going to be able to use mail soon, so I want to start stockpiling mail. Got some leather over there.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't care about the lockboxes. It's not worth it to me.
Spirits is
Oh, we
together.
could. No, we need to do... I forgot about that mage weave, too. We need to go over there. We need to go to Arathi and learn the next. Anyone comes to Western Plaguelands anytime soon? Well, I'm sorry, I'm not quite good. I would be no help to you yet with your level 53 quest. Alright, so now we're going to come through here up to the Kodo Graveyard and turn in the Burning of Spirits and get the first step of the Corruptor. Start that chain, really. And as they send us to do other tasks, most of this stuff is fighting demons. So that's one of the cool things. So Desolace is... Really, it's got 3 elements to it. Okay, actually we can break it down a little more than that. So it's got plentiful, neutral goblin quests of goblins that have been sent to the area to capitalize on this weird wasteland. Okay, we basically covered all of that, minus Get Me Out of Here. It's got the fishing village and some associated quests, some fishing quests, a lot of water stuff. That is for the Horde only. We've essentially busted that one out. Then it has sizable battles against the It does have this little neutral area, but think about what does the neutral area have us do? Well, it has us go to fight the Thunderax Fortress, and it has us go to fight the Najatar, so it's really just contributing additionally to our Ocean and Burning Blade fight. So we have the Thunderax Fortress and the fight of bringing it to the Burning Blade, which is tied into the greater overall battle with demons. See that Deep Strider Searcher right there? That is what we'll have to kill for what I just killed. This one, Thesaurus. And then, of course, you have the neutral, everyone can do it, the Wars with the Centaurs. So, for the Alliance and Horde, you get the Wars with the Centaurs. You get, to some extent, the Ocean quests. You get the Demon quests as well. Alright, so we need to go up here to our Ghostwalker post. Yeah, so everything is good. Everything is, like, weather-wise. I mentioned last night there's a storm coming, but I don't think that storm's supposed to be really going to be impactful in my area until late afternoon, which I want to go make a store run, because I want to get a couple things just in case we lose power. I want to be equipped with a couple necessities and a couple things I'm low on anyway. So, I'm going to do that. The store I want to go to opens at 9. So, 9 server time. So I'm waiting on that. I was like, you know what, let me wake up early since I'm waking up with tears on my face. Let's just get out of bed, get ready, crank the video out, and then that will give me time to go run to the store. And then I'll come back around the house and do some things around the house. It's like a free day to go catch up and do some laundry and chores and hang out and relax.
I'm listening.
Alright, let's do Burning of Spirits first.
Trust no one.
I have tried to make the magics as simple as possible. Drawing the spirit of your victim out of its injured form should be child's play. Do not rely on the gem's power to slay your foe completely. You must only activate the gem when they are close to death, or it will be useless.
You returned successful. That is good. Give me the gems and I shall put them someplace safe. My tasks for you are complete, adventurer. Speak to Takata when you are rested. He may have other tasks for you, or perhaps needs you to return to Orgrimmar to inform Keldron of our progress here in Desolace.
Alright, so I think he does, maybe? Alright, so we just completed the Burning of Spirits. I actually want to pause and jump over to that one. So the Burning of Spirits is done. And if you notice, look, there is an Alliance Relations Part 4 that comes out of this. I don't know why we're not getting it right now, but let's do this one.
The Burning Blade begins to realize how weak they truly are. Their magics are pathetic, their strength feeble. Their only power comes from those they serve and not from any understanding of the true power and knowledge.
These runes are indeed a language, adventurer, an old language. They seem remotely similar to the Eridan language, but the differences are drastic. If I am not mistaken, this is a contract of some kind. Here, yes, this symbol is the demon's signature. Lord Azrithok.
Okay, so the Burning Blade has a contract with a demon.
I believe I can find this demon lord given the proper reagents. If he is indeed as powerful as I suspect, I will need items gathered from deadly creatures. But you act in the war chief's name, so I'm sure you will accept my task. First, I will have to break any wards he has against scrying. For this, I will need the scalp from a satyr, but not any satyr. The scalp must come from a hate fury shadow stalker. Search for them among the ancient ruins in the northeast of Desolace.
Perfect, because that's up here, where we have to kill Centaur. That's great. So for whatever reason, Alliance Relations 4 is not kicked off yet. I don't know what the prereq on that is. Maybe we probably have to have done the Befouled by Satyr first, because that's the only thing showing in my log ahead of time. So just so you know, FYI, looks like Befouled by Satyr is also a prereq, and it actually works out perfectly because the Corruptor Part 2 also requires us to go kill Satyr. So that's shooting us like an arrow to our next mission. So we did do the Corruptor drop. We finished off that one. Bang, and picked up Corruptor 2. Pack of hyenas right there. These hyenas are not. They're no joke. Little Stormcaller is a jerk. Not necessarily a joke, but a jerk. And we're still, what are we sitting at? We still need 13,000 XP, so that's good. There's a chunk. What's also good is that we have the means, we have targets to go work on to do this, because we're running low. This quest right here, the Pariah's Instructions, is a Maraudon thing. When we finally get to Maraudon, which I haven't even done on the trial run, we have a lot of work ahead of us. But that's when we finally can hit Chronicles. Basically, when the game dropped, everything we've done in Chronicles has led us to this point. And for those of you that are maybe hopping around in the timeline, I did not forget Chronicles. I'm not dropping that. It's the way that I decided to do this chronologically. Has meant that Chronicles is paused, and I would love to keep reading it. We have Chronicles. We're deep in the middle of maybe Chronicles 2, I think still. And that will all speed up as we move along, too. I really wish I would have done things a little differently. In hindsight, I would have covered all the non-canon stuff, but I am kind of happy that now we have it to lean on. Alright, so... Look, there's another one of those. So they wander around everywhere. Alright, we're going to go kill satyrs now, which is great. We have the inventory space needed. This quest is cool. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with that crawler meat. We have not been getting a lot of leather. So while there are plenty of mobs out here, it doesn't seem for the Horde that there's much of a reason to kill said mobs. Even when we killed ghosts, Kodo, it was Kodo ghosts. Alright, so what we need is the Shadow Stalkers for their scalps specifically, but we also need Rogues, Fellsworn, Betrayers, and Hellcallers. So we need 5 different kinds. This is a Fellsworn, so let's see what's there. I wish you could skin my... I'm channeling my wife here. Why can't I skin that? I see hair. I see fur. Alright, so here's the Shadow Stalkers. Which look to me to be probably rogues. Their equivalent of the rogues. Whereas the last one, which was the Fellsworn, just kind of looked like regular dude. There's also a Trickster over there. That's not on our kill list. So I guess we're just going to ignore the Tricksters. Again, probably a rogue style. Maybe one would be Assassin versus Subtlety. Okay, yeah, so I don't need the Trickster. Here is another Shadow Stalker, and he is side by side to a Betrayer. So whenever I fight 2, I like to throw up with some totems. Yeah, I like that. Oh, so I was stunned by one of them. I did not get... From the Shadow Stalker, I did not get the scalp. Okay, so now we have our first Betrayer slain. We're gonna just keep moving along. There's a rogue. So these guys are just straight up rogue types. So we do need the actual rogues. So there are rogues. Now, the other types of rogues we don't care about. The Tricksters and the Shadow Stalkers, we only care about the Shadow Stalkers for one of their things. But I guess the Fellsworn, seems like the rogue, I don't know if it's done by power or not. The Fellsworn would seem to me to be the generic Hate Fury tribe of Satyr. And it kind of makes sense that they're out here, because we are on Kalimdor, we are fringe to the Night Elf territory, so the fact that we're fighting satyrs out here makes sense. When you do Cataclysm, there are also satyrs in this land. There's a cool quest line with it. Cataclysm actually does do a good job, even though they've revamped these zones. They have really cool quest lines. I do like Cataclysm as well. And while I originally did not like Mists of Pandaria, and it's what caused me to take a break from World of Warcraft in the first place, because I was like, I don't care about it. I didn't realize the history of the Pandaren, and I actually really like that expansion. I think it's a really great one. Then when Warlords of Draenor came out after that, I was also like, I don't give a crap about Warlords of Draenor alternate universe stuff. And that holds. I think maybe if I replay it, maybe I'll have a change of heart in the new way that we're doing things. I've really, in doing this project with you guys over the past couple years, I have a greater appreciation for a lot of things in this game. Because of just having played through Warcraft 1, 2, and 3, just a lot of the stuff has really grown on me. And even the quests and everything as part of Burning Crusade, spending so much time in Classic, I'm like, well, now those things don't seem to bother me as much. Oh, I need to eat more. Alright, so we're going to eat more after this fight, probably. So we need to kill a total of 28 Satyr. And we are just past the 1/4 mark there. He stunned me. Good Shadow Stalker. Okay, we got the scalp. So now we can stop killing the Shadow Stalkers are now no longer important because we have the next step for the Corruptor. We can go back and bring that, but we're going to finish killing Satyrs while we're here. And this might... And we're now at about 11,000 XP. Getting about 200 per kill, so every 5 is a 1,000 for us, so that means we need about 55 mobs. Alright, so here's the Fellsworn, which, I mean, just based on what we're killing right now, we need 20 more. So that's good. So we'll get like 4,000 just from killing the mobs. There's another Fellsworn. Plus, you know, there's probably a little overlap, like we'll probably get. Oh, so the Fellsworn have an enrage trigger. So that means that they are basically warriors. So they're the Satyr version of a warrior. Rogues are obviously the Satyr version of a rogue. Now Betrayers, we got I don't know. We got to see how that is. And Hellcaller's most likely a warlock type of class. And then the Tricksters and the Shadow guys are just different specs of rogue. So Satyrs, I guess, lean heavily toward rogue as their preferred class of choice. If they were like a Dungeons and Dragons character, rogue it is. Alright, this will be our last Fellsworn, so we'll have one category in the books. Don't need Shadow Stalkers anymore, so that's good. I guess, what would you consider? Shadow Stalkers would probably be assassins. Tricksters would probably be subtlety, so that means the rogues would be like combat rogues. Okay, we got all of those. There's a Hellcaller. We haven't actually killed any Hellcallers yet. So, let's do it. Let's get our first one. And I don't know what. There's a Hellcaller and Shadow Stalker, but I don't want to necessarily fight both. I could probably heal that one off. No, he's really close. I don't think we'll be able to. And there's no need, because we can probably find other examples. There's another one right there, just all chilling by himself. Okay, I didn't see anything that tipped the hat of what the Hellcaller was, other than the name. They seem a little squishier. They have an enraged feature too, so that might be more like a racial trait. Otherwise, they're just also a more of a warrior kind of thing. There we go. Here's some rogues. Ooh, a rare. Let's kill that guy, Prince Kellen. That's cool. Prince Kellen. Neat. Okay, here's another betrayer. I mean, in a way, aren't they all betrayers? When the Night Elves did betray their people, I mean, the Satyrs did betray their people, the Night Elves. Okay. Don't need the Shadow Stalker. Alright, let's go after old Kellen Mond over here. Kellen Mond is the name of a unsuccessful quarterback who was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings and never really did anything. Like, he never amounted to anything from a football perspective. Okay, what do we got here? Leather hat, 13 intellect. No, dang it, that's worse than what we have. Dang it. Alright, what's this guy over there? Oh, another hell color. Yeah, hell color, you say? Yes, yes. But it was spelled just like that. Maybe their parent was a World of Warcraft player. I really thought these hell colors were going to be somewhat mage-like, but they don't appear to be. Trickster. There's another rogue. Alright, so we are past the halfway point with killing these guys. We've got 17 out of 28. We're just now kind of weaving our way through trying to pick off whichever ones we see. Yikes. Sometimes I feel, you tell me if this is wrong, sometimes I feel like when you fight on a gradient, you miss more. And I don't love it. Alright, so Fellsworn, good. 8. So 6, 13, 18. We're at 18. 18 out of the 28, pretty good. Oh, there's a betrayer. Cool. Cool beans, dude. Only cool people say cool beans, so you heard it here first that I am cool. I don't think there was ever a time in my life where I liked the phrase cool beans, and yet there are times when it just comes out of my mouth and I'm like, who am I? I'm just looking at myself in the mirror like, I don't recognize what I see. I just said cool beans. Unironically. It's kind of like saying za, too. I don't do that. I've always thought pizza is not such a cumbersome word that I have to say za. And so, same deal there. Like, although for that one I can say, I do not slip and say za sometimes. If za comes out of my mouth, it's 100% ironically. Sorry if you are someone that likes to say za. Same thing. But you know what? I guess it's all, I was gonna say same thing for much word shortening, but you know I have been finding myself saying mo lately for a moment. Just a mo. I'll be there in a mo. But I kind of just like how that sounds. It's like a British kind of colloquial way of saying it, and I find it endearing. I probably spend like an inordinate amount of time thinking and pondering about why people say things certain ways in language. I've always been fascinated with that. Okay, we are at 21. We're 3/4 of the way done with killing these fools. Good on us. We need... There you go. We need that rogue over there. And the Hellcallers have been most elusive so far. rogues, hellcallers, and betrayers still. There is another rogue. So after this, we're going to be done with 2 out of the 4 because the rogues and Fellsworn are done. There's a hellcaller, a shadow stalker. They like to pair up, but there's a hellcaller all on his lonesome. Alright. Oh, there's a betrayer. And a hellcaller. Perfect. Okay, so we are past the 3-quarter mark. We are in need of about 5 more kills. After this guy, 4 more kills. Good on us. We need 2 more betrayers, 2 more hellcallers, and here's a betrayer. So we will need 1 more betrayer and 2 more hellcallers as we clear our way through the Satyr ruins. What are these ruins called? Sargeron. Sargeron? Cool. Okay, that's a Fellsworn. That's a rogue. Trickster. Betrayer. There's a betrayer. Go get that bad boy. Not all these guys are giving us XP either. I think it's the tricksters that don't. So, actually, I think they are all giving us XP, as long as we don't kill the tricksters. Oh, Fellsworn. There's another betrayer. There's a hellcaller. We're fighting the last betrayer we need right now. So I see a hellcaller right there next to a chest. I probably need to... Oh, we have 3 spots. Let's see what we can get out of this chest. If it's worth it. Ah. Come on. Alright, so all we need left is 2 hellcallers, and here's 1. And I just also want this chest. We're gonna see if there's any juicy goods inside. Oh, a couple potions. Take it. Alright, we just need a single hellcaller. Hellcaller? Looking for a hellcaller, please. Hey everybody, have you seen a hellcaller? Well, I do know there was a couple that were like teamed up with the Shadow Stalkers. Whoa, I just used a potion by accident. Dang it. Hi, hellcallers. Tricksters, Fellsworn. There's a hellcaller. Alright, we're going for it. The Shadow Stalker's coming along for the ride. And that's okay. This is our finale fight anyway, so we can get it going. Oh yeah, we chopped heads off. Just crushed it. Cool. Oh yeah, I'm howling in victory because I'm awesome on that one. Alright, so now we're going to go down to turn in those 2 Befouled by Satyr and the Corruptor level 2. And what's our record time at? Still pretty nice, pretty solid. Banga, 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 banga. That's another thing I've been doing lately. There's it's my it's based on some game, like a video game walking kind of sound. Don't know from what. If I find it, I'm gonna have to remember, but it's almost like a Pac-Man. Like mip, 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 mip. The sound of the wolf paws going through the dirt. You know, I think that's interesting too. Like, someone's job was to basically go out and make that sound, that single wolf paw sound. They probably made a couple, and then like that's someone's job. And we learned about that when we on this channel when we read about the cinematic art of Wrath of Lich King. When we read that book, that was pretty neat. because it got into such technical detail. And one of the things was how they like went out into the snow, which actually is probably, now that you think about it, that's probably where that sound comes from. They probably went out into the snow to get that crunchy sound right there that you're hearing, and you use that. So, but they probably just recycle that and use that forever, still to this day. So some dude or woman at some point went out and took some steps in the snow and recorded them, and then uploaded those recordings 20 years ago, and forever that sound is immortalized. And unless there's like a warehouse of sounds, like a free shareware kind of thing, that could be the case too, where like you don't even, it's kind of like the you hear like on every Star Wars movie or whatever. Like, okay, let's sell some stuff. The helmet kind of sucked. I don't need that. Let's look at my meat. Okay, carrion surprise we can make one. If I had a hot spice. Everything else can be sold. I think there's somebody.
Hey. The strongest hides come from those Kodo that have laid themselves to rest.
Alright, so everything except for that mystery meat we can sell.
Well met.
Which is that fish. And we're gonna save the 2 pieces of mail. Alright. And I guess I'm saving the silk pieces.
Be careful.
Because we still have silk we can turn in. I think we still have wool we can turn in. Getting close to that too. Yeah, our bags are getting full. Our cups overfloweth. I can't do the carefully folded note either. Alright, Befouled by
You
Satyr.
have done well, adventurer. You have shown honor and dedication. When our campaign in Desolace is done, the war chief will know that you aided us in our actions here, and that you helped make his will manifest. I thank you.
The fight goes well, adventurer. Perhaps the war chief will allow us to return to our homes before the seasons change if we continue to make such great strides in our battle against the demons and their underlings. Return to Keldron and let him know what we have done.
Oh no, we have a
I am
server
sure
shut down.
He will reward you for your efforts here. His cause is important to him, and he will take pride in knowing that the war chief respects his concerns.
Well, that answers our question. We have 14 minutes to shut it down, so that's a bummer. Now, alright, so this gave us Befouled by Satyr. We finished, and that was the prereq, which allowed us to pick up the final alliance relations, which wants us to go back to Orgrimmar, which is fine. We kind of want to go back there anyway. So no worries on that. We're going to be forced to in 14 minutes anyhow.
Hello. Do not bring me an incorrect scalp, shaman. Using the incorrect reagents could cause our deaths. The Demon Lord may have contingency spells on his person to slay those who would scry upon him. Fate has already dealt me enough pain.
The Shadowstalkers were unable to slay you, adventurer. Impressive. Most impressive. This scalp will do nicely for my spell. While you were away, I was able to gather some of the other reagents needed for the spell. I am almost ready. I only need a focus for the spell. Something to project an image of the Demon Lord and his whereabouts. An oracle crystal would do nicely. They are crafted by the Naga for their oracles to use. Northwest of here along the coast is a vast coral reef that the Naga have taken as their home when this close to the shore. You can find their oracles.
We should have saved it.
The blade are deadly and will not react kindly to your intrusions, so be careful and make haste. When you return, we shall see about finding this demon, Lord Azrathok.
Okay, so we have to go back out to the sea. Dang it. Alright, so we did get Corruptor 2 done. And then they're gonna now they're sending us out to the Naga to do Corruptor Step 3. Okay. We're gonna... Oh, man, I hate it when Okay. We're gonna just push forward, so that's what I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you guys until the server reset happens, so 12 minutes from now. We're gonna progress as far as we can in those 12 minutes. It's a little shorter than I was otherwise gonna record today, but it is what it is. I wasn't paying attention when I logged in, so I didn't notice that was gonna be a time off for us, and that's okay. I have some errands to run, and hopefully it's not a super long. What's the banner of Blizz say? Scheduled maintenance. Oh, just for an hour. Okay. I mean, not that that's going to help us. I hope it does fix it because we've had a bunch of... Yeah, look at these things. I would like that to go away. It was cripplingly, like, I couldn't play the game at first. The past 2 days, I had to spend time updating and fixing all my add-ons. Uninstalling. I had to uninstall Questy and reinstall it to even for it to work. I had to reinstall LVUI. VoiceOver, you know what? VoiceOver is never effective. That's a solid one. Alright, so that's true. It said I had a small download. I did too. So we downloaded it and now they'll do a server reset. Alright, so basically we are creating the reagents for a spell because the Burning Legion out here, the Burning Blade, they have a pact with demons, and as you can see, it's spilling over in Menrock Coven. The demons are coming out, and the demon that we have found out that they have their pact with is called Lord Azrathok. And so we want to be able to bring it to this demon to somehow be able to fight him, and we need a spell to do that. So what we're going to be looking for is we need the oracles. The Slitherblade oracles can sometimes carry a crystal. So that's what we're looking for. So we need to go fight oracles. Will we get lucky and get one in the next 10 minutes? I don't know. Sometimes the luck's a little bad on this one. They can spawn anywhere, typically around the islands. There are a few spots for them to spawn. It says there can be one on this island. I don't see one right now, but sure. They're similar to the sorceresses in their power. They're more like a priest class. Like a priest class. There's one right there. You can see it's kind of green. When I did this on my own last time, I did not get the drop very quickly. I had to kill a sizable amount. So we'll see. I don't see any other oracles on this island right now. Okay, so kill one did not grant me. Now, of course, Questy is often wrong. And see, look, here's a second oracle, even though that's not listed as where oracles can spawn. That one is not an oracle. Because again, they look kind of like... We just don't want to be... We got to be careful that we are not underwater. We get kicked off. Okay, boom, we got the crystal. We got lucky today, guys. What am I doing? It was like frozen. Alright, so that's cool, because now that we have 8 minutes, we got lucky, we got it on our second kill. We'll be able to go turn it in. We are needing 1,800 XP. So what would be super, super cool is if we would get at least 1,800 and level up from this quest, because then we could hearth over to Orgrimmar and be there, one, getting rested XP, and two, go into Ghostful form. I don't think you actually swim faster in Ghostful form, but it can't hurt. 7 minutes. It's gonna be tough. I think we can make it there and hearth. I hope that's the problem is, will we level up? Yes, we're going to get 2,750 XP, so this will level us up to 40. where we're going to get our 4th totemic focus. Then I kind of have to check and see what's going to be after that. I like totemic mastery because that will increase the radius of our totems. But more important, I like nature's guidance. So we're going to be going with nature's guidance next for the after. Well, so this will take us to 41. So at 42, 3, and 4, we'll go nature's guidance, and then at 45, I'll do the totemic mastery. And then I don't know. I think we give everything except healing grace. I don't think we pick any of those. So then I would give 1 healing focus. But do I really want that one? It's good for soloing. I'll have to see. But anyway, that will open up the next. Title mastery is a good one. That one is meh. Nature's swiftness, we definitely want that on there. Just think about how many more points do we get. We get a total of 21 more points. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 15 points. I don't think we make it all the way down there. 5. That leaves 10 points. 9 points. Where are we at? I want to make sure I'm not. Okay, good. So I want to make sure I'm not screwing around here. We have 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't remember what they're all at. Probably healing focus or something will come back in. Gotta get up there. Gotta find the way to rise up and get on this. I don't think improved healing wave matters either. 445. Ooh. Oh, come on. The getting up here is so annoying, and of course, right now, it's a pain in the butt. 4.5. We're the race against the clock is on. This has not been the first time. Not the first time this has ever happened to us. So we don't have to do anything in Orgrimmar. We'll pick that up next time. That'll make us kind of a slow start for us tomorrow night. If I do the episode, remember there's that caveat. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so let's turn in the next rank of the Corruptor.
What now?
I am ready for the Oracle Crystal, Shaman. Finding and destroying this Lord Azrathak would garner a great deal of favor for the War Chief for both of us. We would do well to work together, and to do so swiftly, so we may further our own ends and curry favor with the War Chief.
A precious Oracle Crystal. Flawless. Beautiful. Indeed, we shall begin immediately. Finding this demon lord should be our primary concern, and its slaying demands our utmost attention. Take a step back, adventurer, and let us see what this demon is, and where he may be found.
Leveled up.
This creature is far more dangerous than I had anticipated. No doubt Takata questions my abilities to take on such a creature, and it would insult his honor if he were not informed about what just happened.
Little
Speak
ghost.
to the swordsman. Tell him you are willing to slay the demon if he would allow it.
Look,
But
there's
do
the
not
demon.
press too hard. It is better if he thinks it his own idea.
So he's saying this should only take a moment, Glee console. Interesting
This
turn of
creature is
events.
far more dangerous than I had anticipated. No doubt Takata questions
so-
my abilities.
We can also. I'll mess with the. We'll talk to this guy.
I witnessed what just occurred with Moran, the Demon Lord. That creature, even as an apparition, seems to have more power than my warlock companion. I wonder if he's up to the task of defeating the monster. It would serve the war chief better if I go myself. But with my responsibilities
He's like a
here,
blade master.
I would disgrace my clan if I turned my back on my duties here to battle this evil for my own honor.
Although I have no knowledge of this Lord Azrathok, I agree with Morin. He must be stopped, especially if he is attempting to gain influence over the Burning Blade to further his goals. You have already shown you wish to aid the War Chief, and I would trust you to gather a party to slay the Demon Lord and his warlock servant. When you are ready, head directly south and return to me when the threat has been ended.
Okay, so basically, He says, this should only take a moment, Glee Console. This is what happened when you give him the other spell reagents. And he says, O ante aman ante mir belankar. So he's speaking in demon. Ora aman karkunulur. And then the image says, pathetic, forsaken weakling, you wish to see my master? So be it. Tor gular uzila urlok? Amanare, mayas ulaman torje iliframan. An interesting turning of events. Yes, come, my master and I shall be waiting. So they know, they're basically saying, bring it. And then you go talk to him and he's like, yeah, I would love, as a Blade Master, to go whoop that butt, but you go ahead and do it too. Bring some friends, because it's a level 40 elite, but we should be able to take that down solo with everything that we have. We're going to learn more skills next time. The server's about to kick us out, so it's been a pleasure. We did accomplish a lot. I'm very bullish on us being able to really finish everything we need. On the next episode, all the quests will be done in Desolace. We can hit the spreadsheet up right now. It's going to kick us out, but so we finished Corruptor 3, and we actually picked up Corruptor 4 and turned that in too. That was walking right over there, and then that gave us the Corruptor Part 5, which is the final quest in this chain. So we have that to do too. Alright, so it's kicking us off right now, but thank you everybody so much for watching, for listening, and for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time on Lore of Warcraft.